Hello and welcome to Don't Spoil the Ending, episode 16. Yeah, is that enough excitement?
Yay.
This is a film about games, film.
This is a film about games, is it?
This is a podcast about films, games, entertainment stuff, TV stuff. Yeah,
general media.
Yep. I tried to be as professional as possible there, and I still didn't do it right. But yeah, welcome. This is like I said, episode 16. This week's film will be Hot Rod.
It will be.
It will. I'm Joe, the host.
I'm Nick.
Hi, I'm John.
And we've got Sam en route. He's on his way. He's not here yet.
He's literally on the motorway.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking he could be right outside the door.
Well, he'll just have to knock. But
Inman's heading here straight from the bar. Fully loaded.
Yeah, we'll let him explain where he's been.
Yeah.
When he appears. I'll open these curtains. So
yeah, keep an eye out for him.
Open these studio curtains.
Before we
That's fine.
jump into what we've watched and stuff this week, can I just do a quick thing? This week, some big news for me personally.
Oh, come on.
My boy Wayne Rooney returned to Everton. Now I know we're not a sports podcast, but I just thought to throw this. Not yet.
Look out for the spin-off podcast.
Yeah, coming next summer.
Coming this summer, I believe.
Oh no, Women's World Cup. No, we're waiting for
Are we waiting for World Cup now? Okay.
Wayne Rooney returned to Everton, my beloved Everton, after 13 years? Finally come home.
13 long years.
13 long years. But I mean, as you guys know, I'm quite partial to United as well, so it wasn't that big a...
Does that
The worst type of
make
fan.
does that make him a 31-year-old man now?
31, yeah. Come back to Everton.
I don't do much footballing or watching football, but I know he was 18 when he went to United, so...
You know your maths, at least.
Yeah, essentially.
So yeah, he's gone back this week. I'm over the moon with it. Absolutely delighted to get my boy Wayne back home.
I mean, like I say, I don't watch football, but have I heard that he scored a bit of a screamer?
Yeah, first game for Everton the other day. Scored a 25-yard curler. Still got it.
Yeah. So
it is a great goal as well.
So,
you've got to watch it.
So from what I know, he was pretty much benched for United, wasn't he? They didn't really play him.
That's irrelevant.
No. What I'm saying is they've kind of lost out because they benched him and then he's come and scored this.
They've missed out on this, yeah. So we've got him back. The reason I mention it is FIFA this year, PES this year. I cannot wait. Got Rooney back at Everton. I can't wait to get my hands on those games this year.
For more of that, follow at Taylor 1980.
Yep.
Contact John with all your favourite Everton moments over the years.
Yep. If you're after FIFA updates, PES updates.
I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun reading through those Everton's greatest moments over the past few years.
There's too many to mention, Joe. Too many to mention.
All right, let's move forward with the show. So have we seen the Andy Serkis reading the Donald Trump tweets?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I've not seen it, but I regret not seeing it yet.
It's incredible. It's really good.
I'm a massive fan of Andy Serkis, so
I'm going to be
contrarian.
I don't find it that funny.
That's because you're a Donald Trump fan now.
that generally could be part of it.
I think it is a part.
I do like Donny T, but there was another thing a few weeks ago where Mark Hamill was doing it, reading out Trump tweets as the Joker. I think it was the Joker's cartoon voice. Right. And I was watching it thinking, I'm not into this.
You don't like how he was like, the fake news media. Sad.
To be fair, I do like the Gollum voice, so that was pretty good.
Might do the rest of the show, innit? Welcome to Don't Spoil the Ending.
Stupid fat Trump.
Amazing.
Well, I quite liked that video.
Yeah.
Sam sent that to us.
What show was it on again?
He was on Stephen Colbert's late night show. He took over. Was it David Letterman that he took over? I think
I've lost track because who's the English guy?
James Corden.
Who did he take over? Was that Jay Leno or something?
I think it was Jay Leno.
Was it?
Yeah. But no, Stephen Colbert. I don't know if he's still Stephen Colbert or he goes by Stephen Colbert. I don't know what he is these days, but he used to have a nightly show on Comedy Central, which was the Colbert Report, which was one of the greatest sort of nightly shows you can watch because he was playing a character. He was playing the character Stephen Colbert rather than himself. So it was good because he was like this, like really Republican guy who just hates anything that's not Republican.
Yeah.
And it worked amazing because he was just lampooning politics. It was just really funny. It was really good.
There's some good stuff like that. Like, I just want to throw in a guy called, the character's called Jonathan Pye from the YouTube videos that he does.
Oh, yeah.
And it was great in the run up to the election. He was doing his character was a really far left, like socialist kind of reporter, and they were hilarious, weren't they? Like, he'd do these fake news reports on like Theresa May and Strong and Stable.
It weren't even. It didn't come across like it was a news report. It was as if like they kind of set the camera up and it's rolling, and it's just before, and then like, at the end of his little rants or something, he'd be like, "And let's go," and he's like. Oh, tonight on Channel 9 News.
Jonathan Pye here outside Westminster. But yeah, check those out. They're pretty good as well.
Yeah, we'll do. But so moving on from Smeagol. And
have we got
we've got a ding dong. Sam's just appeared. Let's take a very short break, and then we'll very short break. We're back after that short break. Sam's joined us.
Hello.
Yeah, Inman, you look like you've been like a journalism convention or something. You come on with your pen and your pad.
Yeah, I'm ready. Made notes for once this week.
But you've actually been to see Peter K in a Q&A, haven't you? How's that?
He did a charity Q&A. It was it's fun. It was really good. A lot of it was improvised, so it's just sort of he doesn't know what questions he's going to get. Basically, just has like he's got it in a Quality Street tin as Peter K would. Just picking questions out of a tin.
She didn't get to live ask him questions or anything?
No, but he got loads of people up on stage, which was a bit impromptu. Which was I didn't think that was too good. Too many people got up on stage, and I was a bit like, let's slow now because they were just all taking selfies and everything like that. I'll get on with it. So, but no, it was good. You got to see outtakes, which had apparently never been seen before. But they were really funny. So,
outtakes from like Car Share or
a couple from Car Share, a couple from Max Paddy, just all the shows basically.
How many of the questions were garlic bread?
Yeah, quite a few of them. Yeah.
Was there actually quite a few of them?
Yeah, basically, yeah. I think one of the shout outs from the audience was turn the big light on. Or, turn big light on. It's sort of like Peter Kay was like, oh, you're just going to shout catchphrases at me. This is how it's going to go, is it?
Where can I find black bin bags? Right, we'll welcome onto the show, Sam.
Thanks.
Nice to have you back.
I didn't think I was going to make it, to be honest.
Sober today?
Sober. I drove it.
That just doesn't mean you're sober.
Does go.
All right. Did any of us see the latest KFC advert featuring Hodor?
I have seen this, yes.
I listened to an interview a few months ago with Hodor. Seems like a nice guy, just like plays games and stuff. Like he's supposed to be like he's not. Well, he's trying to be taken as a serious actor.
Can I jump in there? Like, is he a bit of a DJ as well, isn't he? Apparently,
yes, he is.
DJing, like...
I can't remember his name.
Oh, I don't know.
He'd probably DJ Hodor, yeah, that advert just annoyed me because.
I've got to admit, I thought you were going to say you loved it or something. Like I didn't like it. I thought I'd have to be the one again going, oh yeah, I didn't find it funny.
Chicken and fries. Chicken and rice. Oh, no.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
I'd rather have Andy Serkis doing it.
Yeah.
Chicken. It's my best. Sammy, you've appeared, but you haven't heard my Smeagol impression until just then. But, no, I hate that advert, and I hate KFC for my own reasons. So, yeah.
Namely that you're a vegetarian and you can't stand chicken or any meat.
This is correct.
Yeah.
Could I jump in straight away with a bit of news, if that's okay?
Of course.
Another thing that's made my week this week, big bit of news. Inman, you've missed it, but I've already mentioned Wayne Rooney going to Everton.
Yep.
I'm happy with that.
Sam, we've had far too much Wayne Rooney on the show.
We've had like 10 minutes of this. So.
Isn't that enough for the football podcast?
Well, we were saying this as well.
World Cup 2018. But as well this week, my boy Quentin Tarantino, my favourite director, announced that he's working on a new film.
Yeah, I've heard.
I think you guys have you guys heard about? Have you heard about this?
Not heard about
this? His new film will be about the Manson family, the Charles Manson murders. specifically Sharon Tate being murdered in her home in like 69, was it, or something, or 70?
Really?
Yeah. I mean,
Tarantino
being
I'm not saying like she was murdered.
Yeah, I don't think they've been confirmed yet, but he's got Brad Pitt lined up, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's the cast I was going to come to you for. Yeah,
he's got who was the other one?
J-Law.
J-Law, and I've recently seen that he wants Margot Robbie as well.
Yeah, Margot Robbie. Oh, there was somebody else as well, and I can't think now who it was.
So this is going to be a Quentin Tarantino film featuring those people.
Yeah,
the Manson family.
Yeah, Brad Pitt as Charles Manson, I imagine.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, I can't believe it. I imagine it'll be like an actual horror film, and people have always wanted Tarantino to do not a proper horror film, but go into the horror genre. This will be the closest he'll probably get, like, and should be good.
I think like a lot of people have a fascination with Charles Manson.
Yeah.
So like, what am I like? I'm not promoting my own music in it, but I used a sample of Charles Manson a while ago, and he goes, "I'm a boxcar, I'm a jug of wine." Just like he's just this dead, like
he is
insane,
mental. Like there was, I don't think these are rumors. I think this is true. The Manson family, like listened to Helter Skelter on repeat by the Beatles. Apparently, they were obsessed with it. I don't know why, but yeah, just a weird thing. But yeah, QT handling the Charles Manson story, like
it's sure to be an absolute masterpiece, isn't it?
Yeah, as all his films are.
Yeah.
I thought Tarantino was retiring after a certain amount of films.
He's always said he wants to do 10 films and make it the perfect filmography. This one will be his 9th.
Okay, right.
Yeah, so we'll have one more after this.
I thought he was already going back on.
When you say,
I think when he gets to that 10th, he'll be like, no, forget
when
that.
You say 9th,
Yeah.
When you say 9th, is Kill Bill Parts 1 and 2 separate? Or?
No, I think it counts as one film. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, on Tarantino, like Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs. First time I watched them, I was like, these are some of the best films I've ever seen. I've watched both of them in the last couple of years, and I'm like, they're not as good.
I still love them.
I mean, I like them.
I strongly disagree with that. I've watched them years ago, loved them, watched them like probably within the last year, and I'm like, these are amazing.
I like Tarantino, but
if anything, I think those two have got better. To be honest with you,
do you reckon?
I like them more now than I did back then. Like, yeah,
I feel like I'm being dead picky when I say that, because he's done worse films than those two, definitely. But that's just me being picky over time.
I think his worst film, and he agrees. He agrees. Yeah, I called him last night, and he agrees with it. He says his worst film is Death Proof, which I agree with, but I still think it's a 5-star film.
See, I still really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love Death Proof.
See, I've not seen Death Proof because let's just say I found it one day, and it had like Spanish like dubbing on it, and I was like, I'm not gonna.
I think it was literally last year. I went through a Tarantino, like, because I obviously hadn't seen all his films. So I was like, I'm gonna go and try and watch them all, and I've went through every single one of his films, and not one of them disappointed me. Honestly, every single one of his films, like, I loved.
That's it though. Like Pulp Fiction, if you take that as an example. When I first watched that, when I was like sort of edgy teenager, I was like, this is a 5-star classic film. I watched it recently, I was like, it's a 4 maybe. But then I don't know if that's me being overcritical, and I need to go back and rewatch it again and go.
Well, I think part of that is probably so many films copied like the QT format kind of thing. With Pulp Fiction, like the way the time jumps back and forth, stuff like that. And you have like a whole cast of characters. You spend one half of the film with these people, one half with them people. So many other films have copied that since that when you watch it again now, you think, because you've seen it a million times in other films, you think, oh, is it really that good? But it was the first one to do it, you know what I mean? So
there's more of a reverence to that.
Yeah. To be the one that started it.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to mention that the Charles Manson murder's coming soon.
I'm looking forward to that. That's a nice bit of news to drop on the show.
Yep.
I'm sure people are listening for the latest news on this podcast.
It's our speciality.
After we're reviewing a film today, it was from 10 years ago. So yeah, have we done much else this week? I mean,
I for one went to the cinema last weekend to watch the new Spider-Man flick.
Yeah.
And I watched it in the IMAX. I love Tom Holland. I think he's definitely the best iteration of Spider-Man of the three. But yeah, it was okay.
I've heard some people saying this is the best Spider-Man ever, even better than Spider-Man 2, which a lot of people have a lot of reference for.
No, I like to say he is the best Spider-Man. I wouldn't say this is the best Spider-Man though.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. When I first came out of it, I was like, that was okay. After going through it, with talking with people, like I realised it is better than I originally thought, but yeah, it's not like amazing. Like it's not my best MCU film. Let's put it that way.
Is this the Spider-Man film for millennials? That's why I've heard.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
it's like, oh, it's Spider-Man. Whoa, iTunes, Apple. Like,
oh, right, okay.
That type of
it is that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean that's one thing that's put me off from watching it. The whole like the tech side of it. I mean, I don't know. I've not seen the film yet, but just the fact that like Tony Stark is so involved with it and giving him a lot of his suit and stuff, I think it takes away from what's special about Spider-Man. If Tony Stark's just like, I think basically a startup kind of thing.
No, what it's supposed to be though is like he's like just a kid who's just got these random powers, and he wants to do something with it kind of thing. And obviously Tony Stark's kind of found him, and he's like, all right, well. Just sit tight. We'll contact if you ever need you, kind of thing. And he just gets a bit itchy, kind of thing. He's not in it as much as you'd think. He's literally in it for maybe a good 10 minutes tops.
He's all over the trailer.
Yeah, that's what you see in the trailer is literally what he's in it for.
Right.
And he gets a bit itchy, and he's like, oh, I need to go and fight. So and he just so happens to come across the Vulture of all criminals, and tries to take him on, but because he's just an trained kid, he's not very good at it, kind of thing.
One thing that kind of bothers me as well, again, I'm not seeing it yet, but Michael Keaton playing the Vulture. It's almost like an in-joke, the fact that he played Birdman a couple of years ago. It's kind of like, now he's actually playing the Vulture. Bit too far.
But like Jon Favreau, like he's probably in it more than Tony Stark.
Oh, really?
And I really liked him in the film. I thought he's just a funny guy.
Yeah, it's great, Jon Favreau.
Enjoyed it. I loved his appearances in it. I mean, if I was to rate the film, I'd probably give it maybe a 3.
Oh, right. I mean, I've got a theory now, like every Marvel film for me is like a 3.5. It's just like good, just average, but nothing that interests me kind of thing and blows it away. Like, so I've seen a lot of 3.5s for this film, so I imagine I'll probably be around the same.
I mean, coming from me, like, you know,
yeah, that's low for you, that, yeah.
For the MCU especially,
yeah.
Like, you know how much of a fan I am of it. Like, a 3 out of 5 for an MCU film for me should be a bit of a warning sign.
Can I ask one really geeky question? In this film, is it organic webs or web shooters?
It's web shooters.
Web shooters.
Yeah.
That's more closer to the comic.
The comic was always web shooters.
But like, this is a thing. Like they've actually took a lot of things from like the original comics. Like, do you know what was it? The original comic he appeared in. It was
something like Amazing Tales.
Amazing Tales or something like that. Like he had these things under his arms.
Oh yeah, the other webs
that they make quite an appearance in this as well. Right. So like they're adding things for the comic book fans.
Yeah,
I've just had a very quick look on the web.
Yes.
Rotten Tomatoes, it's got 93%, which I did notice earlier on an advert. They were pushing the fact that this was really highly rated on Rotten Tomatoes.
There's this like building it in the film,
yes.
and the ratings are going up, isn't it? Yeah,
yes,
I'm reading this myself.
And on Metacritic, it's at 73%. So it's
highly
film.
Rated, and I'm not going to say it doesn't deserve it, because like to some people it definitely would be amazing. But
if you're a millennial, this is the Spider-Man film.
Probably, yeah. That's probably how it would be.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm hopefully going to catch it this weekend. So,
apart from that, I've watched a few other films, which I just want to just briefly mention. There's one film which I don't even know what to say about it.
By briefly mention, did you mean not mention them at all?
It's Armageddon, right? It's a cult classic, I think people call it. And it's the first time I've ever watched it, Armageddon. I actually hate the fact I spent 2.5 hours watching this film. I actually despise the fact that I spent that long watching this film.
Did you actually want the world to end after you watched the film?
Yeah.
Were you praying for an asteroid to come like crash it down?
I hated it. I actually hated every second. Like, I got an hour in and I was like, I might turn this off. I was like, no. Everyone says it's amazing. So somewhere in the last hour and a half, there'll be amazing stuff in this film. And there wasn't. It was just... The cast was amazing. The music was amazing.
Yeah.
But the film was just dog shite.
I mentioned something like the thing that bothers me about it is like Michael Bay at his worst. It's proper like the kind of like boysy attitude to it, like, oh, we're all boys on a mission kind of thing. I think you'll be with me on this, Joe.
All right, boys.
All right, boys. There's a bit early on where, like, again, Michael Bay's attitude is kind of like, you know, with the lads kind of thing, and they're on the oil rig, and there's a big Greenpeace boat out in the water, like causing trouble. You know, oh god, stopping the oil drilling, like, and they're whacking golf balls at the Greenpeace boat with music in the background, like it's like they're trying to make them out like, you know, like, oh, look at these funny, what a bunch of characters these. I was like, no, it's like they're trying to like save the planet, leave them alone. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but you're meant to feel like they're just time wasting, like, you know, like trouble causers. Like, no, you should probably listen to what they're saying actually. And that attitude for me is like Michael Bay at his worst. It's through the whole film, you know, kind of thing of.
I mean, you can definitely tell it's a Michael Bay film because it's just got explosions everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't like it. I genuinely give that a 0 out of 5.
Really?
Honestly, I
would have gone.
No, honestly, I hated that film. I hated that film.
And one other thing with it, like, is the whole NASA have to get these 12 drillers to go up to space, and yet they're listening to them in terms of like what they're like. No, you're NASA. Like, you tell them.
You just got a load of like people that are working on oil rig to come and save the world. What are you doing?
I understand they know drilling, but like you know space.
You don't know nothing. But yeah, that's that film.
You gave that a 0 stars.
Honestly, I would give that a 0.
I think the only one I ever gave a 0 stars, like long before this podcast existed, is it called The Wolfman with Anthony Hopkins?
Yeah,
that was fucking awful. That film.
Guillermo del Toro, I think.
Yeah, I remember watching it on the cinema, and I was like,
You know what? I watched that film, and I could not tell you a thing now that happened in it. Like, immediately, I was like, why did I watch that?
But yeah, I'm just going to try and get through a small list of things I've watched. That was on a list that was recommended, as well as this other film called Turbo Kid. It's kind of an indie film. It's got Michael Ironside in it. He's like the only like actor you'd know in it. But it's about a kid that like he lives in it's kind of like the Mad Max for kids. But it's not for kids. It's so gory. But it's so good. Like this is a film which like it's an indie film, so you wouldn't think I'd rate it as high as this cult classic. But I rate it a lot. I'd give that a good 3.5 out of 5.
Okay.
But I just wanted to quickly mention that one.
Better than Armageddon.
Oh, definitely. Then there's 2 films which I've seen before, but not since the first release, which is the first 2 Hobbit films. I've been watching through them because you know how much of a fan of Lord of the Rings I am.
You've not mentioned it before.
I'm pretty sure you know though. And they're not as good as Lord of the Rings, but to me they just kind of feel like the trying to get people in from Lord of the Rings because like they're just quoting Lord of the Rings all the time. They hate it so much. I
mean, we've spoken work about how if they'd combined the best elements of all 3 films, like the riddles in the dark with Gollum, the Smaug bit from Desolation of Smaug, and the Battle of the Five Armies, condense all that into one 3-hour film, you'd have a film on equal footing with the Lord of the Rings films.
Do you know what the worst thing for me was? They destroyed the character of Legolas. They made him a dick.
Yeah,
I hated that.
I still don't get that now.
Hated that.
They almost claim,
but like I can genuinely talk about Peter Jackson's Middle Earth films for days. So we don't need to go into them in too much depth.
Just one thing on the Legolas thing, like their explanation for it is the reason he's a dick in The Hobbit is because of, by the end of it, the way he's treated by Toriel, is it? The elf?
The girl.
Makes him become who he is in the Lord of the Rings films. But it doesn't come across like that.
No, it doesn't.
It's just like a different character entirely. It's like he's a dick there, and now he's not a dick.
I mean, you've both spent far too much time listening to the fake news media.
The final thing I wanted to talk about, Inman.
Okay.
I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about this. I've started watching a series. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yep.
And you recommended this to me. I'm pretty sure you recommended this about 4 years ago.
Probably about that, yeah.
And I've only just started now.
There's a lot of catching up you got to do.
Yeah, 12 seasons.
12 seasons, I think it is, yeah.
And I'm really enjoying it. I'm about 5 episodes into the second season, so Danny DeVito's in it now.
Yep.
And it really does make a turn when he comes into it.
It makes a big difference to the whole show, I think, and sort of like, it just seems like that's where the show starts. Like season 1 just seems like a pilot season almost, and then Danny DeVito kind of comes into it and sort of gives it a whole new life and sort of a new energy around it.
But I'm loving it. It's so funny.
Yeah,
it's like so crude and like
it's crude. There's no real story. Each episode has its own kind of storyline within the episode, and but like it's just.
Like some of the situations they get themselves into, like I'm pretty sure the last episode I watched, like they were about to get arrested for burning down the next door or something.
Yeah, in which they just wouldn't get away with it at all. But there's a whole new season after that. So.
See, I've watched the first few episodes of It's Always Sunny, and I like it, but it looks like a massive commitment to get through because there's obviously 10 seasons. But I can't even after those episodes, I can't even imagine Danny DeVito randomly.
It's not just random. It's like good the way they put him in it.
Yeah.
But I'd definitely say watch it. Like I'm literally, if I've got like a spare 20 minutes before I want to go to bed, I'll put an episode on. Like honestly, it's worth doing it just for that.
I was going to say that's what it's good for. It's just a quick 20-minute episode, easy watching. It's just like a bit of a laugh and sort of. I don't feel like how you're saying you feel like it's a commitment. I wouldn't say that all about like you just stick it on just as a 20-minute episode, just as a gap filler.
I think I need to put more time into it to see it as a gap filler because my gap filler not originally, but my most recent one was probably The League.
Yeah.
That was my gap filler.
It's the same kind of thing. Like literally before you lot came, I had literally 20 minutes. I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to stick It's Always Sunny on, and it's amazing. It's just, honestly, you'll be in stitches watching it. It's amazing.
Yeah. Highly recommend.
Yeah. Highly recommend. Like definitely. As a series, what I've watched so far, I've only, like I say, I'm only halfway through the second season. I'm already giving it 4 stars, and I reckon it can go up.
Lovely.
Yeah. I've not seen the last 2 seasons of it, I don't think, but I'm agreeing with Nick, sort of 4 stars around that, yeah. Happy with that.
Sounds good.
And that's my my week.
Your next week in review. I've got a few things, if you want me, box them off. Passed my driving test this week.
Oh, congratulations.
Thanks,
Joe.
Yeah, you've all signed a card. Thanks. So yeah, I've done that. That's the main thing of my week. And I'm putting it out on the podcast because why not?
If I can mention Wayne Rooney, you can mention your driving. You can mention your driving lesson.
I went to the Blue Planet Aquarium yesterday in Ellesmere Port.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Got a selfie with a shark, John.
Oh.
No, you don't like. I know you're scared.
I can't even look at it. I'm too scared.
Yeah, I've seen it. Your son looked awfully happy to be there. He seems to be enjoying himself anyway.
He enjoyed his trip to the aquarium. But yeah, because I went and I was like, oh, I'll get a selfie with a shark. And then I was like, oh, I'll get a selfie with like some phobias that people on the show have got. And I was like, get a selfie with a shark. Outside, there was a few garages.
Got yourself with a few blown up tyres.
There was a Porsche garage like over the road from Blue Planet. And I'm not messing, those tyres looked so inflated. And I nearly went over and was like, I need a selfie with one of these tyres. But I couldn't find any filled with spiders.
Did you find any branches that were like pulled back?
There was branches there. What I should have done was like gone through the bushes and pulled one back and then used the phone in a way that just captures, like just Jono's face when he's in that position. But yeah, lots of overinflated tyres outside Blue Planet.
Just didn't have the time to take them selfies.
No, I did. Oh, yeah. It's not really a phobia, is it? No, nobody's scared of overinflated tyres. Yeah, so that's what I did with my day yesterday. I've been catching up with the latest season of Impractical Jokers this week.
I think I've seen all this.
Okay, I was about 8 episodes behind, so I'm just catching up. John, I know you're not a fan of Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
But so I'm not even going to talk to you here. I'm going to just talk to Nick. Sam, have you seen Impractical Jokers?
I've not seen it, but I know the people on it, I think.
Okay. Well,
but one of them, it's Q, isn't it? You probably listen to a podcast.
Podcast.
Yeah. If you lose that week's episode, you do like a forfeit, and you have to do the forfeit, basically. And 2 of them I'm going to bring up. On one of the episodes, Nick, let me know if you've seen it, Mer has to go up to people who were smoking cigarettes.
Oh, God, yeah.
And as they're smoking the cigarettes, just take the cigarette out of the hand and then just stamp on it.
Literally, like, it's not just take it out, he's got to put it out on the floor as well.
Like, it's the most cringy thing you're watching because he's literally going up to people who just stood there minding their own business, and he just takes the fag out and puts it on the floor, and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, it's bad for you. it's such a hard watch. And yeah, I wanted to bring that specific one up. And there's an episode where Q goes speed dating.
Oh, yeah. What is it? Where he's got the...
So I'll explain this to John and Sam who want to see it. Q lost the episode, so we had to go do speed dating, basically. But when he went to speed dating, he had to have 2 turkey legs basically strapped to his hand and go through the entire speed dating process eating 2 turkey legs, and he wasn't allowed to finish until he finished the 2 turkey legs. So as he's there sat at like a table,
that does sound quite funny.
He sat at a table and women will come over and they'll go, "Hi, you're all right," and they'd like go to shake his hand and just see 2 turkey legs in his hand, and he'd be like, "Yeah, I love turkey," and yeah, like the cringe on some of that, it's like, oh god. But he actually, like a couple of women actually were like, "Do you know what?" Like
they gave him his number, the number, didn't they?
Like there was a woman who came over and gave him her number and went, "Hey, turkey leg guy."
Well, he actually got numbers. I mean, he's like, he's not a bad looking guy. He's a good looking guy, but like when you'd imagine if a woman's seeing a guy with 2 turkey legs strapped to them, you'd be like, yeah, I'm probably gonna avoid that one. But no, he actually got numbers. I was like, well, how? I'm gonna try it. Speed dating with turkey strapped to me hand. But like you say, they're cringy. Have you seen the special episode where they came over to the UK?
I have, yeah.
Like. Yeah. I don't know if it's just because it's in the UK. It just cringed me out.
Why?
So, because it's in the UK. Because like it's like I think they're messing with people's beers in like a pub. And like you don't do that to a British man's beer. What are you doing?
This is one of the ones where I can't remember who it was, but they basically say to them, "Yeah, just like pull the pint." So like a guy will come up and go, "Oh, can I have a pint of whatever?" And the guy will go, "Yep." And the Impractical Joker, I can't remember who it was, probably Sal or Q, but. Pulls the pint and then he go, "Right, lick the rim of the glass." And then he just goes up to the guy, licks the rim of the glass and then just puts it down. And the guy's like looking at it going, why have you looking?
I mean, to be fair, they were quite good sports, weren't they? Like,
I think the English are though.
Like, that's it. Like, but like, what one of them like, he was like, "Oh, you can have it for free. It's fine," kind of thing. He's like, "Oh, that's sound. I'll have that." You know what I mean? Like we don't care. You lick the rim. If you're giving that for free, you lick all around that
rim. All right, let's finish off with Impractical Jokers. A couple of points from me. My weekly Stardew Valley update. It's the middle of winter. Nothing's really grown yet. I've got some winter seeds, but they're not grown. Been doing a lot of mining. So that's what I've spent my time doing. I found the Mers purple pants, by the way. You get a mission very early on. Look for the Mers purple pants. I could not find them.
Why are they purple?
I don't know. But
no reason.
He basically comes here and goes, "Can you find my purple pants?" I'm like, "I suppose I can."
Why has he lost his purple pants?
Well, this is where we get to. But you find them in one of the woman's bedrooms. And then he's like, "Yeah, don't tell anyone about this."
Why are you in the bedroom?
Well, you can go into some of the bedrooms, you know. If you
can.
Stardew Valley, it's a game about farming.
Do you know something? I completely forgot about games.
Yeah.
There's one game I actually played. I mentioned it last week. Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
I'm into the 3rd episode of that. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
It is amazing that game, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's as riveting as the show.
Yeah. Cool. And as shocking as the show as well.
And as shocking.
Oh, don't ruin it. I'm only up. I'm up to episode 3.
Oh well,
that's what I'm up to.
Guys, don't ruin it.
I'm literally as far as you, Joe.
Don't spoil the ending.
But yeah, I just wanted to drop that in there.
Cool. My last point for the week is I've been playing GTA 5 again. I love that game.
Online or?
I've done a bit of online racing. The racing's always good on GTA. And yeah, just doing some... I finished all the story. I just had one last assassination mission to do, where I then went and bought... basically, if you follow the guides, you can make hundreds of millions of dollars to then go buy all the properties. Yeah. So I just bought the golf club. Golf club? Is that what we call a golf club place?
Golf club? I don't know.
No, if you like a place where you play golf, it's not a golf club, is it?
Driving range.
No, like a proper golf...
golf course.
Golf course.
Yeah, a golf club
sounds so obvious when you say it.
A golf club's what you use to hit the ball.
Yeah, that's why I was getting confused.
You have the clubhouse.
Oh,
so is that what you're thinking?
This is too confusing.
Yeah, you're confusing us,
Did
guys.
you buy the clubhouse or the course?
I bought the golf course. So it was $150 million, so I managed to finally buy that. And yeah, just had a good laugh on that game. That game I'll always be able to go back to and say, I love this game. I do. I've genuinely... That's a 5-star game.
Have you seen, by the way, that there's some deals been on PlayStation? This is one for you, by the way.
No. You're looking at me, but the listeners
I'm looking
can't.
at you because of what I bought in these deals.
Okay.
I bought Metal Gear Solid 5.
I did see the price for that. I was like, that's insane.
It was so cheap. I was like, I need to buy it. And I've not played it yet, but like...
How much did you get it for? Did you get the deluxe one?
I got the entire...
Like £7?
It was like the entire... I think it's the free game. It's like the prequel.
Oh, so it's not a full game. It's like a demo almost.
No. What I mean is I got all of them. I got the main game.
Yeah.
The prequel.
Yeah, that's like almost like a one-level demo kind of thing. Like,
is there a third one as well?
There's DLC, I think, maybe. Maybe that's what
but
it
like,
was.
I'm pretty sure I got it all for about a tenner.
Right. That's the best tenner you will ever spend on games.
I've not even installed it yet, but I'm going to play that game. I'm pretty sure over a year ago you said, Nick, play this game.
That game, I put 100 hours into that game, and some of the insane stuff that can happen is it's genuinely one of the best PS4 games there is, and it's one of the best game series.
I will be playing it anyway.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear some of your stories about that, because that is a game where weird stories come out of.
I'll be completing Game of Thrones, and then I'll probably get on that next.
There's a lot of strange mechanics stuff in there where the mechanics are pretty much spot on everywhere, but there's also weird stuff where if there's like a van driving down the road and you don't want them to see them, if you time it completely correctly, never done it myself, but you could throw a smoke grenade through the window, and then they obviously won't see you because the smoke is then contained inside the front of the lorry, and they won't see you because there's smoke there, so you just run across.
Right. Do I play the prequel first?
I'm assuming this the one level thing. Play that. It'll be like a short sort of prequel type style thing, and then go and play the main game. But that main game, it's unreal how good that game is. You get a puppy. You get a puppy, and then it turns into a real dog.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, not like a puppy.
I'm sold.
But you get the companions and stuff, and like I remember some of the missions start. You'll generally drive to a place to start a mission. But I remember one starts, more than one actually, but they start and you're not actually starting a mission. You've just drove to somewhere and the mission has started and you've just been completely took out of the game. And the way they develop a story and present you a story, it's amazing what they've done to do on the storytelling. But you can kind of tell Kojima sort of dropped off a bit for some of it, like, or budget. No, sorry, Kojima didn't drop off. You can tell there's budget issues.
There was issues with it.
Yeah.
I mean, we've mentioned this in the past. A few weeks ago, I said Kojima was fired.
Yeah.
And you said, no, he left.
Yeah.
There's genuinely, it's up in the air. No one really knows as to what happened, like, you know what I mean?
It's all over Metal Gear 5 because it cost an absolute bomb to make.
Guessing Kojima knows what happened. We just need to ask him. Let's get him on the show.
For PS4, I can't think of a game off the top of my head that I recommend more than that.
I mean, watch this space. I will be playing that game, and I'll get back to y'all.
I can't wait to hear some more of this because.
Just one quick thing on the games thing. So, have you finished with?
I've finished with all my stuff, John. If you want to take
on games, Crash Bandicoot. Finally played it this week. I was never a big fan of Crash Bandicoot, like back in the day, but I've actually enjoyed it quite a bit. It was actually get a lot of trophies for playing it, so yeah, I was happy with that. It's just a basic platform, isn't it? Kind of
no,
thing.
No, like I played it that week. Like, I mean, I just spent like one night playing because I've not actually got the game myself. My brother came round and installed it on my PlayStation, so I got it for that one night, and we were just going through the first game, and it was so much fun. Like I enjoyed it so much. Like it is a lot of nostalgia though. It's just a lot of nostalgia.
It's not for me though, because I played the first one and didn't like it at the time, so I didn't even bother finishing it or anything. So yeah, I think that's actually quite okay. That's quite good fun, but about halfway through the first one, so yeah, I'll have that finished off for next week. Yep.
I don't think we can talk about any other games ever again after talking about Metal Gear. Because I'm thinking about the game, then we're all about, you remember Crash Bandicoot? And it's like, yeah, I love Crash Bandicoot, but it's like, it's not Metal Gear. I'm making the Metal Gear podcast, I've just decided.
Have you done much this week?
I've watched a couple of films, a few TV shows. I think I've got a couple of recommendations that people might not have seen. So one of them is The Detectorists, which is originally a BBC 4 show. Joe, you're laughing.
I'm sorry, I'm smiling because...
sorry, but can you say that again?
The Detectorists.
Detectorists.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm smiling because Sam recommended this to me a long time ago.
Yeah.
And also gave me the show to watch.
Yeah. I was forcing this on you, Joe, and I still get the feeling you've not watched it yet.
I've not got around to it yet.
Just going to say, he recommended It's Always Sunny to me. And it's been 4 years, but it was a good recommendation, so...
You slowly got there.
Well, yeah, one day.
Basically, it's a couple of guys, Mackenzie Crook, someone else that I can't remember the name of, the actor, but basically they go around metal detecting, but it's a lot more fun than that. Sort of, you feel for these weird characters, and sort of there's a club that they go to, and sort of like they have these odd stories, which are really fun. Really highly rated on IMDb. It moved from BBC 4 to BBC 2 to be a bit more mainstream, I guess.
Is that how highly rated it was?
Yeah. So it moves off the small platform of BBC 4 where...
They almost have like a promotion relegation kind of thing in place with BBC, don't they? They bump it up if it's doing well kind of thing.
Soon, it might be on BBC One soon.
Could be. It is on Netflix, so those of you who have Netflix, it's available to watch on there. Season 1 and 2.
Right. Mackenzie Crook, is that Gareth from The Office?
Gareth from The Office, and the guy that gets the fork in the eye in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yes.
The other one I've watched is All or Nothing, which is the NFL. I know you two might be interested in this.
I've watched it, yeah.
You've watched it?
Yeah.
On
the
Amazon.
Arizona Cardinals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this the training camp one?
It's a full season, I think.
Yeah, it follows the team around for a full year.
Oh, I was getting mixed up with Hard Knocks. I remember watching the season of that.
It's basically Hard Knocks.
Right.
Yeah. Is it Amazon's own thing, though?
Amazon's own thing, so it's Amazon and NFL Films production.
It's basically their version of Hard Knocks kind of thing, but I loved it, though. I thought it was great.
3 episodes in, I'm hooked on it, and I don't particularly like American football. I don't watch American football, but it is fascinating to see sort of like the insides of how it's run and everything like that, and I think any American football fan should definitely give it a watch. They're doing another season, so they're doing LA Rams.
Oh, right.
I mean, that means nothing to me, not knowing American football, but...
I mean, they picked the Cardinals because that year they were being tipped to, like, win the Super Bowl kind of thing. They get close to...
Spoil it.
Shit.
Don't spoil it.
I can't say anything about how it goes. But... yeah, why they picked the Rams, I don't know. Well, it's going to be a nightmare.
Surely it's because they've just moved.
Maybe, yeah.
I was going to say they seem like a good team to pick. There seems to be a lot going on. Sort of like it seemed they had a really unlucky year, but a good team. And like you're saying, like they're going to be tipped for the Super Bowl. Thoughts on LA Rams? Is it just literally because they've moved it sort of makes a good story, or
maybe? I mean, they're never going to challenge. You know what I mean? So I don't know why they've chose them. They usually choose a team that'll be a good story kind of thing. Maybe that's literally just it. The move.
Rams are in the same group as the Seahawks, aren't they?
And the Cardinals, yep.
And the 49ers.
And the 49ers.
There's literally no chance they'll even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Although 49ers, they're not very good. So
they're probably the worst team in the NFL now.
Yeah, not like my Seahawks. So
they're not what they were, to be honest with you.
No, but have you finished with the NFL stuff?
Also, just one last thing on the All or Nothing. What I really like about it is like the behind the scenes stuff that you mentioned. and just the way the general manager, like the owner of the club, interacts with the players, the coach. The coach is Bruce Arians.
Yep.
And when he talks to the players, it's effing and jeffing, swearing at them, using like racial slurs almost sometimes. But when the general manager comes, it's like, "Oh, hello, sir. Hi, sir. 3 bags full, sir." Just his attitude completely changes when the general manager's around. I just found that quite interesting.
Right.
It's like The Office, but like NFL.
Real. Yeah, cool.
I've got to say the production on it is really good. Like they must put mics on the players while they're training, or on the coaches at least, and it picks up so much of these like little conversations where they obviously forget they're being recorded and stuff like that. So you get like the proper in-depth sort of a real side of it.
Is this drama? Is this a drama? Is this like scripted?
Documentary?
No,
not
it's actually a
at all.
documentary.
No,
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that sort of like a club has done this, but maybe it's just good publicity.
Amazing.
Just one last thing. Have you met the general manager's dog yet at all?
He was there during the draft.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll come back to that.
He makes a reappearance.
Yeah.
I'll look forward to
It's
that.
good.
The other thing I've watched is The Leftovers, which I know you've just
Oh,
finished.
yeah. Just finished this week, yeah. I'll
Again-
try not to spoil this for you.
I want to watch this as well, so don't spoil the ending. This is the third or fourth time we've said that this episode.
Again, 3 episodes into that, absolutely loving it. Seems quite character concentrated at the moment on each episode. Episode 3 is Christopher Eccleston's character, and it was amazing.
I'm almost certain you watched the first episode and said that you didn't like it.
The Leftovers?
I'm pretty sure it was you that said that you watched it and you didn't like it. You weren't that into it at first. I
I don't remember that.
I mean, it might just be me.
I think I said it I said on the WhatsApp group, she shouts Sam again a lot, like in I Am Legend. I was like, yeah, I like that bit.
I'm making this up in my mind, guys.
There's loads of stuff I've watched one episode of and I've gone, nah, I don't really like that.
See,
So,
I
you
thought
probably got it from that.
it might have been in the same conversation with a different show, maybe. Sorry about that.
Prison Break.
You better be.
Prison Break, which I've watched, I don't like that.
It's probably
awful.
Prison Break.
They've just not learned from any of the errors they made in season 4. So yeah.
Prison Break's only good for one season anyway.
The first season's outstanding.
See, this new season of Prison Break, it's been highly recommended. I'm pretty sure it's got a very high rating on IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. And there's been several people that I've spoken to that have been raving about it. So and you're not of that opinion.
I completely disagree.
That's fair. That's fair enough.
It's tacky. It's old. It doesn't have any sort of like originality to it. And I know the sort of rehashing their old stuff, so it's not going to be original. But I mean, just shoot it slightly differently. Just give it some newness feel to it. Sort of
make it feel like 2017 as opposed to like 2007 or whatever. Cool. Oh, so just on the Leftovers thing. I mean, I finished it. I don't even want to really say anything about it because I don't want to spoil anything for you, but
nothing. Don't spoil it.
But I will spoil it. Yeah, stick with it.
Cheers, John.
Cheers for that one, John.
Yeah.
John, thank you for the input there, mate.
Can I tell you at least what I thought of the series as a whole?
No, I'm putting a stop to this now. No.
I mean, there's a general sort of how you felt about it.
Yeah. No, because then he'll go, I loved it until the end.
I wouldn't say that. I mean,
how about you just give your rating out of 5?
No,
simple as.
Do you that? No, I'm not doing that.
You know this from what you've seen already. There's a lot of like religion.
Yeah, but Joe's gonna watch it.
Religion, like
spoilers.
There's a lot of like religion parables in it and stuff so far. Like, I mean, I'm not religious, but I find religion fascinating. You know, like the Bible studies, that kind of thing. And yeah, from that point of view, it's amazing. Like, you know, it's really interesting kind of thing.
There definitely seems to be sort of 2 or 3 strands of where the religion's going to come into it and sort of where it's going to go.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. It's amazing.
Cool. I just noticed you said you're not religious, but I remember that was a reason we didn't play Tekken sooner, because it's against my religion to gamble.
I've seen the light now.
Just like the Konami discussion.
Konami, yep.
Yeah. I've been logging errors on you, John. I've been
I'm standing by that.
I've been picking up your lies. I looked up. You remember a couple of episodes? You said the Nintendo Switch. It's as if Nintendo are like on purpose not creating enough consoles to sell. Yeah, that's a lie.
I don't know. I'm still standing by that.
No. So it's to get if you want the boring answer, it's to get the contracts in place, but they're actually rivaling with the likes of Apple to create the hardware.
Yeah. Just
boring, John, but I had to correct you.
Hey, I've got a correction for you, actually.
Oh, shit.
If we're doing corrections...
Oh, no.
I don't know what episode it was.
Well, you better find the episode number.
You referred to ID Software making Hitman.
Yeah.
And I said it's not pronounced id. It's IO Software who make Hitman.
Okay.
Id make Doom.
Okay.
Yeah, so corrections out the way.
How long did you look?
I don't know, it just came to me when the corrections came up.
Waiting until Joe attacks you.
Just waiting for that one moment there. I've just got a few more here.
I was looking around for a notepad to sort of ruffle, so I'm just going to find all your mistakes here, John, but... yeah, okay.
Cool. Yep. Cool. Just got a few films, if that's okay.
How many?
5.
All right. Well, Sam and Nick, are we pretty much finished with what we're going to say?
Can I just mention one film? Because John
was in the middle of about to start.
I know, but like John's seen it, so I wanted to talk to John about it. I've seen it this week. Quite a recent one, The Mummy.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think we need to go into too much depth about this, but are we on the same wavelength with this, John?
I don't know. Did you say you liked it?
I mean, I didn't hate it, but it's not great, is it?
I gave it a begrudging 2.5, just out of the fact that I probably will watch it again at some point.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. And it's not the best of films, but yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
go ahead with your 5 films, John.
I'll let you burn through these.
Do you want to go through them as fast or slow as you like? After this, we'll go on to our film. But,
yeah, sounds good.
I'm going to hand the reins over to you, John.
Yeah, I'll literally burn through these. Start off with the Cornetto trilogy. Have you guys watched like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End?
I have seen all 3 of them.
Yeah, I'm only watched these this week because Baby Driver's out, so I'm going to catch that at the weekend.
Wait, what's the connection?
Oh, Edgar Wright directs Baby Driver.
Oh, is that what it is? He did
all 3 of these. This is his next film after The World's End.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I love all 3, all great films. What I really like about them is the interaction between the friends in them. It's basically 3 films about how friends interact. Like Shaun of the Dead is old friends, and how when you're growing up, you get like new friends coming into your group, and how they're like, oh, get rid of this guy, he's an embarrassment. He's clean. Do you remember like can't think of the guy's name now. Nick Frost and Simon Pegg play the two, like play Shaun and Ed. Is it in Shaun of the Dead?
I think it is Ed.
And everyone's telling like, Ed's holding you back, get rid of him, is a waste of space. And like I've had actual relationships like that in real life kind of thing. I'm sure you guys all have as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I just love the fact that like it's a real, even though it's a zombie film, it's dealing with a real friendship at the basis of it. Hot Fuzz is about new friends, about how like they meet for the first time working for the police and they build a friendship. And The World's End is really old friends who are getting back together for the first time in like 10, 15 years, whatever it is. And I just love the fact that like that trilogy have that kind of that basis to them. Almost in The World's End, when it turns into like an alien film, it's almost like, oh, I was enjoying just watching them on a pub crawl.
Yeah.
It almost ruins the film kind of thing.
I really didn't like that film because I'm a big fan of the trilogy and the first 2 especially. Up there with my favourite films. The 3rd film, I was just like, as soon as it went into the toilets and it sort of turned into
aliens
like an
turned
alien,
up.
I was like, oh, do they have to? Like,
I've got to admit, Hot Fuzz is my least favourite, but I really like The World's End. I just feel like I was enjoying that more than what it goes into. If you know what I mean? I'd rather just watch them on a pub crawl and just interact with each other kind of thing than it turn into like Invasion of the Body Snatchers or whatever it is. Yeah. But yeah, I love all 3 films, but I'm probably rating these down. Shaun of the Dead's 4.5. Hot Fuzz is The World's End is a 4. Hot Fuzz 3.5. I'm only bumping them down a bit because I'm hoping Baby Driver is going to be like top of them all. So going to watch that this weekend. The 2 other films. It Comes at Night, new film this week. I watched.
Like,
is that a parody?
Porn
well,
parody.
It sounds like.
But last week we made a shout out to someone, if you remember.
Lazaby.
Yeah. And she went to see this, and before
with Becky from work.
Becky. And before we go into, John gives his review of this film. They came into work and said it's the worst film ever. It's just a terrible film. And John's review is...
Yeah, well, they weren't a big fan. Worst film I've ever seen. My film of the year so far. Really enjoyed it. I told Nick it's basically The Road, but in a house.
Literally, he was saying, he was like, I reckon I can sell this to Nick in like one sentence. And he went, it's basically The Road. I was like, sold.
Yeah. It's about a family who've... it's about the world in quarantine. There's like a virus outbreak. Lots of people have died off, and this family have like taken seclusion, is that the right word, in the woods, in like an old house cabin kind of thing. And there's a father, mother, son, and grandfather. The grandfather dies at the start of the film, and a new family come along, and almost try and break in at first, but they get to know each other. They move in, they live in the house together, and it's all about like paranoia and kind of who to trust, that kind of thing. You know, it starts off all nice and friendly, but as they go on, they start to think like, actually, are they here to steal stuff? Are they here to take the house over? And it all escalates from there. But I loved it. Probably my film of the year so far, genuinely. And the last one was War of the Planet of the Apes.
This is one I'm very eager to watch myself.
This features Andy Serkis on it.
It does, yeah.
Fake news!
As Caesar the monkey, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. Really good film.
The CG in this is really good. I like
all the films have
got
great effects.
Woody Harrelson as well. Like, I'm a big fan of Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, he's good in it. I could have done with a bit more war, to be honest with you. At the end, it kind of wraps up quicker than I thought it would do. And a bit not as interesting as I thought it would do, but it is still really good. 4 out of 5. The first one's still the best for me out of the trilogy, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Then like Dawn and War are both 4 out of 5s. So,
fantastic.
Yeah, good film.
Cool. All right, let's take a quick break, unless anyone's got any final points before the end of this segment. This is a long segment. It's not really a segment, is it? It's just like, this is just...
This is the show.
This isn't the show. So, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to review Hot Rod after this musical interlude. And we're back. Did we have a nice break?
It's fantastic.
I just fell up the stairs. I've just cut my finger.
I didn't know you done that.
Yeah, Inman missed this.
Yeah. No, I've hurt my finger. I'm all right. Don't worry, listeners.
Do you need to go to hospital? Or?
I mean, I feel like I'm losing a lot of blood.
Yeah. You're going to faint halfway.
Hey guys, dial 99, and when it gets really bad, dial 99.
Talking of stunts, because that was a stunt.
Oh.
We did Hot Rod this week.
We did.
Nick, would you like to run through the synopsis of the film?
I will do, yeah. A self-proclaimed stuntman named Rob Kimball is preparing for the jump of his life to clear 15 buses to raise money for his abusive stepfather, Frank's life-saving heart operation. Sorry, it's the father that said abusive stepfather. I don't quite agree with that, but
he
does beat him.
Yeah,
not in the traditional sense.
Yeah, he's not an abusive stepfather in the traditional sense of it.
That's how I would put that.
Yeah, well, this film, it's got quite a good cast, if you ask me. It's got Andy Samberg.
Yep.
Jorma Taccone. I don't know how to pronounce that. I said it in that weird way because I didn't know how to say it. So it's like Jorma, whatever his name is.
That's the other guy from The Lonely Island.
It is, and then Akiva Schaffer's in it, but he's also directed it, and those three make up The Lonely Island, as you just said. It's got Bill Hader. It's got Danny McBride.
Yep.
Will Arnett.
Yep. My boy, Will Arnett.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ian McShane. I know him from Game of Thrones.
I know him from Lovejoy.
There you go. He's been in a few... And Isla Fisher is the female lead. Like I say, directed by Akiva Schaffer. What? I don't know how to pronounce that.
I think it's Schaefer, Kiva Schaefer.
Kiefer Schaefer.
Yeah.
Which one of them is Lois Lane?
What?
Isn't the actress in this Lois Lane?
Is that Isla Fisher?
No, that's Amy Adams, but everyone confuses them.
Oh, do they?
To the point of in Nocturnal Animals, they play the same
That's what I get mixed up.
Yeah.
That's incredible
amazing.
that I got them mixed up.
Fantastic.
Because we did Nocturnal Animals on a
On a warm-up.
Yeah, we'll call it a warm-up. Yeah, we did that, and then that came up. So
Yeah.
Well,
That's amazing. I don't know if you know, but it's written by a woman called Pam Brady, who has co-written, because the other two writers you'll know are the South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut writers. So Matt and Trey, and she also co-written Team America. So
Now that's a track record.
yeah,
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if there was sarcasm there.
Oh no, I love both those films.
I was going to say Team America is a great film.
Those are two of the funniest films I've ever seen.
yeah.
sarcasm?
There was like an ounce of sarcasm, and I couldn't tell. Okay.
That was good.
I still don't know where we're up to.
Sorry, Nick.
No,
Apologies. Nick,
I only
please.
have one more point before we got into the discussion. It's quite a good run time. I'm pretty sure you'll agree, John.
I agreed with this.
88 minutes.
Was that what, I thought it was 84.
Oh, God, a bit too long now.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
No, it's a pretty decent run time for a film. It didn't go on too long at all.
For this type of film, it's the perfect runtime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you, before you go on to the actual film, can I just jump in and say, like, this was originally written as a film for Will Ferrell.
Oh, was it actually?
Yeah.
Which you can kind of tell, I think, like the idea of the film and stuff. But
So was like Andy Samberg's character supposed to be Will Ferrell?
it was supposed to be Will Ferrell, but it ended up not happening. And Lonely Island ended up saying, like, I don't know how it went down, but Lonely Island wanted to do it, and they ended up rewriting the script and doing the Lonely Island version of what this film would have been.
Yeah. I mean, I think it might be the same year or the year after. He did Talladega Nights, which isn't a million miles away, so you can understand why maybe he chose to do that over this or something.
Talladega Nights, for me, is a great film.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like it, yeah.
I feel like that was... that was a great film. This one.
Let's get back to this film.
Yeah, we'll discuss that later on in the...
I want to instantly jump to Inman at this point, because I'm already aware before we watch this film that Inman has quite a low opinion of this film. All right.
I'm
gonna start.
That's me drinking. I'll edit that out.
I'm going to start with the runtime, which he said was 88 minutes, and in my opinion, that's 87 minutes too long. The first minute, I've tried watching this film. This is the third time I've tried watching it. The first two times I turned it off because I found it unbearable. And again, I found it unbearable this time, but I struggled through.
I mean, I feel like the first time you told us you fell asleep.
Yeah.
You didn't turn it off. I mean, that's not any better, to be fair, but...
No. But the first minute, there's I can't even remember. It's pre-credits, and it's his first stunt in the street.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And basically, there's a joke. Did you reinforce the ramp? And you go, oh, no, we didn't have time. And this is like... I found that just like quite funny in sort of the situation they were in, just on the street and stuff like that. And then it just went all down from hill from there. I just couldn't...
Literally.
No, like from the credits, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna like this film again. Like I had hopes after that first minute, and then they were crushed.
Can I jump in there in terms of going downhill? One of my highlights of the film was, it starts off pretty bad. It's like in the woods dancing. It's like an 80 power ballad.
I was going to bring this up as well.
And he trips over a log and starts rolling down the hill and bouncing off every tree. But it just keeps going and going. And I've got to admit, I laughed at that. This is pretty good.
This scene actually reminded me of you, John, because you're always talking... No,
I'm always falling downhill.
No, it's nothing like that, though.
You just keep going on and rolling down.
It's nothing like that, but like when we spoke about Twin Peaks before, like you talk about how David Lynch kind of hangs on to a point for just that split second too long, and you kind of enjoy that. And like when this happened, I was like, this is something that John would probably enjoy there.
There's something else I'm going to come back to later, but it becomes absurd the longer you hold on to it. It just makes it absurd, and like that's what I like. It's just ridiculous.
I read the trivia for that. It's 47 seconds.
Really?
Yeah.
Of bouncing down a hill.
Bouncing down a hill. And then standing up at the end of it.
And that whole scene is just so he can fall in front of this sign.
Yep.
That's the whole point of that scene. Well, that was amazing. Anyone else?
I was going to say, like, this, not jumping too far ahead, but one of the points I like, you talk about dancing in the forest and stuff.
Yeah.
When he is dancing in the forest and he goes like, I need to go to my quiet place, and then there's a quick cut to him just dancing around in the forest listening to music. It is really fun.
I've got to see, I didn't find that funny. That
Did you not?
I was like, I'm not into this. But then when he starts falling and just keeps going, I'm like, yeah, they got me there.
Well, yeah.
I'll jump ahead just in terms of like how that hangs on the shot for so long it becomes absurd. There's a bit later on, like Will Arnett. I love Will Arnett. Is in Arrested Development. Is the star of the show in that.
I feel like you're about to bring up a point that I was going to bring up.
Is he the dickhead boyfriend of?
Yeah, dickhead boyfriend. He's just amazing in this film. The bit when Isla Fisher leaves him at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Babe, wait. Babe, no. Babe, wait. Babe, wait. No, babe.
I couldn't stop laughing at this scene.
Yeah, that's one of my favourite scenes in the entire film. Babe. But it's like, it feels like minutes.
Yeah, I think it might be.
That probably went on for as long as he was falling down the hill.
That's the other one, yeah.
Yeah.
Babe, wait. Babe, no.
So what we are gathering from this is you like it when they just hang on to that joke for just a bit too long.
I feel like it's got to be a funny joke in the first place, though.
I feel like Will Arnett adds a lot to that as well.
Yeah,
I think
the performance of that,
yeah.
it's so good. I mean, I love him in the film in total. The bit where they run over a raccoon, is it? And Isla Fisher's devastated. Is like, oh, wait till I tell Sullivan about this. That's really good.
I noticed a lot of wrestling t-shirts in the show, in the film. Yeah, I noticed a Hulkamania shirt, which you don't know if you can get away with these days with him. But yeah,
of course you did, Joe.
Well, this is it.
Tune into our wrestling podcast.
That'll be upcoming one day. Yeah, I noticed a Stone Cold shirt. I was like, this film should be for me.
Going off from that, like with the t-shirts and stuff, this film does something that I'm not a massive fan of, but it was probably one of the first ones to do it, so I'll give it a pass. But it's not set in the 80s, but it has a weird 80s feel to it, like an 80s vibe. And like, you guys all like Stranger Things, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And like, I think it's fine, it's perfectly fine, but the 80s vibe in it feels almost like pandering, like they're just trying to kind of get at people with this 80s feel to it. Like, people love 80s, they love, you know, it doesn't feel genuine to me. In Stranger Things, that is, sorry. But I feel like this film might have almost started it, but one of the first films to do this 80s like retro feel to it. And I'll give him props for that. Nobody else was doing that at the time, I don't think. So, yeah.
Like it's set almost like it's modern. I don't know if it's modern day or whether it's supposed to be 80s, but like I said, there's a Stone Cold t-shirt in it, which obviously isn't 80s. But it's like as if it's modern day, but with the aesthetics of the 80s.
Yeah.
It's like set in a completely sort of strange,
like weird universe. Like.
Yeah. Which, no, I like that, and I like the setting for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just while we're on Will Arnett as well, another highlight of the film from him is a bit where Rod phones Isla Fisher to tell her that he's going to be performing the day after doing his jump. And Will Arnett's like, yep, I'm making a note of that. And he's waving his hand around like, yep, making a note of that, and I'll tell it later. And he's like, what does he say? Oh, you're just waving your hand around in the air. And it's like, you've got some imagination, kid. Again, just the way he delivers that, I thought that was great.
No, it is amazing. Like, I mean, I'm personally, I'm quite a big fan of Andy Samberg myself. I've been a big fan of Lonely Island for like since there's an album with E.T.'s finger on it. Incredible bad. I was a fan of that band since then, so like I quite enjoy seeing them in like films and stuff.
Well, are we all fans of Lonely Island? Because like I am a big fan of Lonely Island.
Well, I'm a fan of the music. Love the music, but
the music videos.
Yeah, music videos. Yeah, I like that. The films for me are just like stick to the music videos. I watched the Pop Star as well, and I thought that was worse than this, but I was just like, I had like 2 laughs in it, I think, and they were both the performance of the songs on stage. So just listen to the music.
Yeah, no, that upsets me a little because I was looking forward to watching that Pop Star film.
I mean, you might like it.
I mean, you might actually like. I mean, we'll get to the ratings of this film at the end.
Yeah.
But
if that film's anything like this, Nick.
Oh, well, that's fair enough then. You probably won't enjoy it. I like I say, I'm a big fan of the Lonely Island as a group and as characters because I've like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Andy Samberg's in that. I quite enjoyed that. But there's this one line that Andy Samberg, and I don't know why, but I couldn't stop laughing at this film, and he's talking to Isla Fisher's character, talking about his dad and how he died, and he just goes, he died instantly the next day. I couldn't stop laughing at that line.
It's the offbeat humor though in the whole film. It's very Lonely Island, like the whole way through the film. If you don't like Lonely Island, you will hate this film, I think. Yeah. But even if you like Lonely Island, I think
you might still hate it.
There's a bit. I don't know about hate, but it's like we'll get onto ratings, but it's very middle of the road for me. It's like it's not fully hitting, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, comedy's a funny one because you either laugh or you don't, kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like it doesn't mean it's a bad film. It's just you don't find it personally funny, kind of thing.
Well, when this came out, it got bad reviews, but they said we were expecting it to get bad reviews, and that it will get better reviews the longer it sort of goes. But on, people will go back and look at it and go, "This isn't as bad."
I think they said it's kind of like it's a different kind of comedy. Maybe like the future generations, maybe in 2 years it'll be viewed very differently.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I'm the other way because I feel like this. I've not seen Napoleon Dynamite, but I feel like this is almost a response to Napoleon Dynamite. I imagine the comedy in that is very similar to this. I've not seen it. So.
It's similar in some respects.
Like I've seen a bit of the dancing from Napoleon Dynamite, and there's one bit in this where the Asian guy is just going from location to location, just dancing.
I feel like this is,
and I was just like, I don't get it.
I hate that bit.
Yeah.
I feel like this is as much as a cult film as that is. Like, because there's certain bits which like people like. They'll say these lines to each other as if like it's just. But basically, there's a line in this film which like I know someone who like they say it to me all the time. These lines, it's the cool beans thing.
Oh yeah,
and like I've spent many times just sat there going cool beans, cool beans, cool beans, and I've spent time doing and like that's because this film like and we've seen them years ago. We still do it, kind of thing.
Cool beans has been like in my sort of known vocabulary for like a decade. I've not known where that came from until I've watched this film.
Are we saying
is that where it came from?
Are we saying it's coming from this? Because I don't know any other place where it has come from myself.
I have no idea. Joe, get on Google.
I will research this.
That scene was originally cut out though, and I think it's Samberg and the other guy that's in that scene had to edit it themselves how they wanted it, and they put it. They eventually sort of like got put back in the film, not like reluctantly, but like when they tested the film, people saying that's one of the funniest bits of the film, so they have just kept it in.
Just to sort of add some facts to our conversation, cool beans actually originated in the 1960s as a slang term.
so it's definitely not from this film.
No. But no, like when they mentioned that, I was like, do you know what? I was saying that back in like 2007, 2008.
I mean, it might have come from the 1960s, but I can almost guarantee this film has probably made it a bit more popular in recent years.
Cool beans.
Cool beans.
Just in terms of what Inman mentioned there, how they weren't happy with it originally. They went back and they edited themselves to a point where they found it funny and people agreed with it. I think comedy's a lot like that, like the falling down the hill thing. If that finished 10 seconds earlier, I might not have found it funny. Because it just goes on for that beat too long. I'm like, oh, yeah, you got me kind of thing. I just find that interesting how something could go from being like... I'm sure South Park do jokes about it, how like they repeat jokes and they're like, come on, Cartman, it's not funny now. Then like 5 minutes later, we keep on repeating, like, okay, it's funny again.
This is the mad thing though. Like, you don't like Family Guy, or like, I don't know if you don't like the idea of Family Guy, but that type of humor is all over Family Guy.
I was going to bring that up. It's very Family Guy sort of that, like that taking a joke too far and hanging on to it. Like
this film is almost like the humor in it is very Family Guy.
I've never seen it.
I'm not going to agree with that one. I'm not going to lie. I'm a fan of this film and I'm a fan of Family Guy, but I'm going to disagree with you on that.
Let me refine my point a bit.
Okay.
The lengthy sort of drawing out of jokes. That's the part that is Family Guy type style.
But if you don't find the joke funny in the first place, then it's like you're just repeating a bad joke.
One day, John, we're going to sit you down and force you to watch 10 episodes of Family Guy.
Well, let's just like while we're on the subject of John and Family Guy, he did actually watch, was it Blue Harvest? The Star Wars one. And he came into work and he said, I didn't enjoy this. But then all day he was quoting every bit of the film.
No.
So,
to be fair, though, I've given a few highlights from this film and we'll get onto my rating in a minute. So it could be the same thing, but just to counter the point you made about Family Guy, like the South Park creators themselves say this. It's in the Cartoon Wars episode. Everyone's saying to Cartman, you've got to watch Family Guy. It's your kind of humour. And he says, like, it's nothing like my kind of humour. It's completely fucking different. Like,
are you saying you're the Cartman of the show?
Well, no, like Matt Stone and Trey Parker, is it? They're the Cartman. They're saying, like, people go saying to them, oh, you'd love Family Guy. And it's like, it's nothing like South Park.
Right.
It's completely different. And everyone's always telling them that, and that's what I always fall back on.
I mean, on the back of that, I don't agree with what they're saying about this being anything like Family Guy. I don't see the similarities in the
That's
slightest.
fair enough.
No, I was being more pointed. I didn't mean like the humour, because this is a Lonely Island type humour, which isn't in South Park. It's not the same type of humour. I meant more, the elongated sequences.
I mean, I can only imagine one elongated joke, which I'm not gonna lie, I hated it, and it was that bloody "bird is the word" fucking joke. Do you know where? That pissed me off. Yeah, the only time I've ever seen them elongate a joke on Family Guy was that, and I fucking hated it.
Isn't it the fight scenes they go on forever as well?
Oh, to be fair,
they had the Simpsons crossover where they had a fight scene at Last Age and at the Star Wars one.
You're talking of the giant chicken fights as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
The knee one as well. He falls over, hurts his knee. Like, that's all over Family.
Yeah.
Well, they definitely do it in there.
Yeah.
Let's stop talking about Family Guy.
Yeah. One other point of the film. Are we about ready to wrap this up?
I've got something to wrap up on as well.
There's just one thing I wanted to mention. At the end of the film, there's a band that's playing. I don't know if you're aware, that's Queen of the Stone Age.
Yeah, I've got that written down.
I'm
disappointed in them that they put their name to this. Well, not their name, but they're really in it.
I thought that was amazing that Queen of the Stone Age
that.
made an appearance in this film. Yeah.
Just going off that, I've got to admit, the longer the film went on, the more I got into it. To the point of, I was thinking towards the end of the film, I want him to do the jump, and I want him to get the money to pay for Frank's surgery and what have you. But I don't know whether I was thinking that in terms of like, quick, do the jump, get this film wrapped up and finished, or whether I was actually, genuinely into it or not. But yeah, towards the end, I was actually like, I wouldn't mind Frank getting better. Actually, he's quite a funny character. Ian McShane is amazing in this film.
No, he is. He is amazing, isn't he?
I thought the film got better as it went on. I genuinely, I don't know whether that's because I'm getting somewhat more invested.
Getting more into, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, because like Andy Samberg's character is quite a likable character. He's like, he's
really?
John, you're looking at me funny here, but
I'm the other way.
He's kind of like, do you know when like someone says something and they like, that they're just full of shit, but they fully believe it. Yeah. So they fully believe what they're talking about. But there's a sincerity there. Do you know what I mean?
I read a review that's along the same lines. There was like, every time he goes up to do one of these jumps, he fully believes he's going to be able to do this jump, and that's why he's kind of like, he's likable. He's sort of like, he's just a nice, harmless guy.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Like nice, harmless guy. Like he believes in something, and he might be completely wrong. It's just the way he believes, like in everything that he's doing. Like it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's not admirable. What is the word? It's
you get behind the kind of lovable loser kind of thing to it. Like,
sincere in his actions.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I didn't have much left on this one. I did have a quote from the film which I enjoyed, which was "Life is pain." This is from Rod.
Andy Samberg.
Hot Rod.
The quote was, "Life is pain, and we need to scrape the joy out of it every chance we get."
I like that quote as well. Yeah.
Is that the bit after he's become jaded and like?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
I think it's just before he does the big jump. I think, but I enjoyed that quote. My final thought on this one would be that I love The Lonely Island, but I much prefer the music videos and the music and the albums. Even the songs they've not done music videos for, I prefer those to the films they've created, because it's a different thing. Now the humor's there, but it doesn't fully hit with me. I just want to listen to the sports song over and over again. That's what I want.
Just off the back of that, like my final thought, you pretty much made my point for me. But the thing of like music videos and comedy is great, but and like novelty songs, but the films are a different world entirely. You know what I mean? I don't think there's any kind of correlation between the two, and that's kind of my thoughts on it, really.
Yeah. No, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that. Any final points before we move on to ratings?
I'm happy to go to ratings.
Okie doke. Well, I'll start then, and we'll go clockwise, maybe. Or Nick, do you want to give yours last, since this was your choice of film?
Sure, yeah.
All right, we'll go anti-clockwise. We're going to switch it up this week, even though
I'd rather go clockwise.
You'd rather go clockwise.
I want to hit Inman's before I do mine. I want to know what to gauge. I want to know what to gauge this on. So.
We'll do mine. We'll do Sam's, then yours, and we'll finish with Nick.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this a solid 2.5 out of 5. Completely middle
Straight
of the
down
road.
the middle. That's fine.
Lonely Island, I'd give a lot of their work 5 out of 5, but this one's 2.5 for me.
Yeah.
Sam?
1.5 out of 5.
That's higher than I thought you'd give it.
Yeah, I thought we'd go for 0.
I was actually expecting a 0.
I'm not going to go that low. I've laughed a couple of times. But the humour, it's more my personal rating sort of than the film as a whole. I just don't get that humour. It's sort of like, I feel there was like they were kind of saying sort of not that it's so bad it's good, but like they were trying to get that sort of humour across, and I don't feel like that comes across fully. I don't really find that offbeat humour, and where they linger on the jokes, I didn't get behind it. Him as a character, like we were saying, yeah, lovable a little bit, but I wasn't rooting for the happy ending. 1.5 out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Just to give a bit of background, like I think comedy is weird to rate, because I laughed like 3 times in this film at big moments. But I've mentioned before about how like Jack and Jill, the Adam Sandler film, I'm not going to defend that film. It's a garbage film, but it has the funniest thing I've ever seen in that film. Do you know what I mean? But I can't give it a pass. You know what I mean? So
what was that?
Al Pacino going into Dunkin' Donuts and ordering a Dunkachino and doing a whole advert for it. I think that's the funniest thing I've ever seen. But I can't give that film a pass, and I'll split the difference. I'll go 2 out of 5, even though there are 3 big things that I laugh at in the film. So
that's fair enough.
Nick.
Yeah, I mean, I like I say, I've watched this like, God, it's coming on 10 years ago now when I first introduced to this film, and I loved it when I first watched it, and I don't know, maybe I've got a bit of a sentimental rating going on here, but no, I'm not. I've not.
Might be a nostalgia star rating.
Oh, maybe. We'll have to put a little asterisk next to my rating. Yeah. I'm joking. No, well,
we will.
And no, like, I enjoy the cast. Like, I'm a big fan of Lonely Island. Big fan of Danny McBride.
I didn't even mention Danny McBride.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm a big fan of his. And like you say, I laughed. To be fair, I only laughed maybe about 3 times myself, but I don't know. The film, just to me, was a good film. I really enjoyed it, and it made me laugh as much as it did 10 years ago. So, I mean, you're probably going to think I'm going to give this a proper high rating, but I'm going to go for a 3.5.
I was expecting a higher rating.
Yeah, I weren't going as high as you was expecting, to be honest.
That averages out at a 2.375. Which I think is fair. I think that's
about
on the ball.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Which is above the halfway mark. So
no, 2.375, wasn't it?
Oh, was it 2.375?
No, I calculated it.
I thought you said 2.375.
2.375.
Yeah,
that's under the half.
Sorry, it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's my bad, guys.
Yeah.
So if you want maths,
sorry,
get Jono back.
Now we've replaced Jono with a calculator. Okay. Well, we've not. Well, we've finished the film now. So yeah,
all rated. Yeah.
Okay, film. Not really a recommend, but from me and Nick's probably in a recommend?
It's more of a recommend from me, I think. Everyone else is definitely don't watch this film.
so this is it. Some people will like this film. That's the thing.
But like I said, I gave it a 2 out of 5. But I gave Jack and Jill, I'd give that a 1 out of 5. But I wouldn't recommend watching it for that one scene. So
like, if someone asks you, if someone asks you, like, should I watch this? Would you say, oh yeah, go watch it? You might as well. Or would it just be like, no, never?
Personally, I don't know if I'd watch it again, but I would definitely go on YouTube and I would watch the hill scene again, and I would watch anything with Will Arnett again.
So you'd tell people to watch the film based on certain scenes.
Yeah.
Whereas I'm sure Inman would be like, don't ever watch this film.
Watch the first minute.
I'd just be telling them to watch the Lonely Island music videos. Yeah. Like, just watch them, they're better.
Can we quickly recommend the best? Jack Sparrow's the best music video, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. We Like Sports is my favourite.
Oh, no, I like it, but it's not the best.
On a boat.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I just had sex. I'm not going to lie.
Do you know what? I love that all four of us have a different favourite there.
And jizz in my pants. It's a good pants.
Is that a song recommendation?
No, just jizz in my pants. Well, let's edit that one out.
Let's finish the show. Who wants to give the social media away this week? Since
I'd kind of like to do it purely because this week we've got another platform that I'd like to give out.
Oh,
Nick, let's put you in charge this week. Do you want to give the social media
I'll
away?
give out the Twitter. Just first of all, it's at DST Podcast. That's on Twitter. We've got Instagram. It's at DST Podcast number 4. We've got a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/DST Podcast.
Is that?
Well, that's the big news. That's what we need to talk about. We've now got a Facebook page.
Whoa. Where's the number 4?
I know, I'm sorry. I tried my hardest to get the number 4, but...
I tried my hardest to fuck it up and have to put a number in it.
Hopefully we'll get likes. Like, if people want to go and like us, that would be fantastic.
Fantastic job of promo there, Nick.
If one of our actual hosts would like to like us, that would be amazing. Yeah.
I'd rather keep my personal life far away from this.
Yeah, that's terrible.
But
I don't support this podcast.
Any listeners, if you want to check out the Facebook page, give it a like. We'd really appreciate some iTunes reviews, as long as they're 5-star reviews. That'd be really good.
If you're going to rate us, then you're left, and just don't even bother.
But yeah, check out the Facebook page. You can message us there. You can like the page. Yeah.
Personal Twitters.
I'm found at DSTE Nick.
I'm at Rubik's Football on Twitter, and made a little video this week which I tweeted out, which is a Pokemon Johnny Cash mashup. If you want to go check that out.
It's a very good mashup.
Thanks, Joe.
And if you want any football news, check back in 2018 for the World Cup.
Yep, I'll be covering that.
I'm going to be covering that.
If you want any pictures of Rubik's Cubes shaped in the shape of countries' flags.
Keep an eye on that.
I'm your man.
And at Taylor 1980.
And I'm it's Joe. Thanks for listening this week to episode 16 of Don't Spoil the Ending. It's been a laugh, boys. Nick, Sam, John.
Bye.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks. It wasn't the goodbye bit, but...
Oh,
okay.
What do you mean?
Let's just... Well, I was going to say thanks, and you all just said goodbye, so should we just finish there?
Yep. Cheers, Joe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. My boy, Wayne Rooney, returned to Everton. My boy, Quentin Tarantino, my favourite director. And my boy, Will Arnett.
Yeah.